Hello everyone, good morning. We are from Group 2. Here we will do presentation the material of positive race. And before that, let me introduce myself and my partner. My name is Zuliyanti and my partner.
My name is Fara Nissya Nur Hafidzoh.
Hello everyone, my name is Titin Agistina.
Hello, my name Muhammad Ikhlasul Amal.
Okay, I will explanation the material about the definition of a positive phrase and gerund phrase. What is a positive phrase? An appositive is a noun or noun phrase that renames another noun right beside it. An appositive can be a noun or pronoun that comes before or follows a noun and describes it further. Its composition of an appositive and the modifiers containing it positive phrase can be categorized into essential and non-essential. An essential or positive phrase gives usable information that can be relevant to identify a noun or pronoun that follows. An essential or positive phrase is more information about a noun or pronoun in a sentence, making it much more meaningful. A sentence where with no essential or positive phrase is not meaningful. Both essential and no essential or positive phrase modify a noun or pronoun, but the only difference is that non-essential or positive phrase gives additional information about a noun or pronoun that does not add more value to the reader. And non-essential positive phrase is stood with calm. Example essential of positive phrase. Artist Billy Paul produced over 20 gospel albums during his career in the music industry. Here, Billy Paul is the positive phrase. Science identifies the artist. Example non-essential positive phrase. James, the teacher, one Judy teaches mathematics. Here, the teacher one Judy is the positive phrase. Science identifies James. How to use a positive phrase correctly in a sentence? They are easy to identify and simple to use in sentence. Writer keep on making mistakes when using a positive phrase in the writing. To use this phrase correctly, keep in mind the following things. An appositive phrase follows the noun or pronoun it describes. An appositive phrase can appear at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. An appositive phrase is not a complete sentence when it's one sign. It doesn't have a subject noun predicate. Commas are the main area where people tend to make mistakes when using a positive phrase. There are instances where commas are necessary while others are not. A comma is only necessary when the positive phrase does not provide crucial information in a sentence. Here is an example. The Old Queen principal, Margaret Lennon Cole, became the longest-serving principal in the history of our school. In the absence of a positive phrase, the sentence would be the Old Queen principal could become the longest-serving principal in the history of our school. In the sentence, we don't know who the principal is. science, Margaret Lennon. Is essential information. There is no for cons. Okay, there are several forms of a positive phrase, namely gerund, infinitive, and adjective. What is gerund? Gerund are verbal that function as nouns and have an ing ending. A gerund phrase is a group of words consisting of a gerund and the modifiers or pronoun. Non-phrase that function as the direct object, indirect object, or complement of the action or state that visit the gerund. When gerund is the subject, for example, exercising is good for your body. Exercising is a gerund that functions as the subject of the sentence. The verb that follows isn't the third person singular form. As demonstrated in the example above, gerunds are often used as the subject of a sentence to talk about activities, behaviors, or opinions. Gerunds are always similar, and when they're used as the subject of a sentence, the verb that follows always takes the third person singular form. When a gerund is an object, a gerund can also act as the object of a verb. For example, she enjoys running daily. What does she do? She enjoys. What does she enjoy? Running. Here, running is a gerund that functions as the object of the verb enjoy. The gerund phrase in this sentence is running daily. When gerund is object preposition, gerund can also be used the object of a preposition. Command preposition used with gerund include of, about, to, before, and after. Example, he is excited about being off work on Friday. Being is a gerund that functions as the object of the preposition about. Being off work one Friday is the full gerund phrase. When a gerund is a complement, gerund can also function as subject complement. A subject complement is a noun that follows a linking verb. Linking verbs are forms of the verb to be, such as am, is, are, was, and were. For example, of a gerund as a subject complement, the group's main goal is eliminating prohibiting. Here, eliminating is a gerund that acts as the complement or the subject goal. So, there you go. We hope after this review, you will say identity gerund is easy. Well, maybe that's all. My explanation. Then the explanation will be continued by Titin Agistina. Thank you.
Here I will explain the various uses of the infinitive in the sentence. Next, to form the infinitive is the root of a verb. In English, when we tell about the infinitive, we are usually referring to the infinitive which is the most common. However, there are actually four other forms of the infinitive: perfect infinitive, perfect continuous infinitive, continuous infinitive, and passive infinitive. Example 1. I decided not to go to London. 2. He asked me not to be late. 3. I want you not to sing too loudly. Function of the to infinitive. The to infinitive is used in many sentence patterns, often expressing the purpose of something or some's opinion about something. The to infinitive is used of different verbs. The to infinitive is used in many sentence patterns, often expressing the purpose of something or some's opinion about something. The to infinitive is used after a paragraph of the verb. Read the page about the verb. The infinitive follows. To infinitive to express the purpose of an action. In this case, to have an action. In this case, to have the same meaning, like in order to also as to. Example, he came to collect his bike. The to infinitive as the subject of a sentence is the formal usage and is used more often in writing English in spoken language. Example, to know him is to love him. The to infinitive for the useful text of something in the pattern. The to infinitive follows noun or pronoun. Example, 1. Children need a garden to play in. 2. I want a sandwich to eat. 3. I don't have anything to wear. To infinitive with the adverb to infinitive is also often used with the adverb to end a noun to state the reasons behind or satisfaction or dissatisfaction. The pattern is to end a noun before or after the adjective or verb or noun that goes to the some way without the to infinitive when we put no infinitive after that to explain the reason why the error was excessive or lacking. Usually the to infinitive and everything that follows it can be omitted, leaving a grammatically good sentence. Example, I have too many books to carry. There's too much sugar to put in this bowl. Infinitive with interrogative verb as decide, explain, forget, know, show, tell, and understand can be followed backward questions such as where, how, what, who, and when plus to infinitive. Example, he asked me how to use. He asked me how to use the washing machine. Zero infinitive with y. The question word y is followed by zero infinitive when giving advice. Example, why wait until tomorrow? Why leave before the game ends? That is what have said about the explanation of the infinitive and the kinds of infinitive. Thanks everyone. See you.
Next, punctuation and appositive. As a place to relative clues, there is a punctuation in the form of comma or dices when the appositive is non-restrictive. And then, what is non-restrictive appositive phrase? Non-restrictive appositive phrase means the additional information carried by the phrase is not important and can be omitted. Now, I will give you an example of restrictive appositive phrase. First example, one of the best-selling cars in Indonesia, Toyota Avanza, is produced by the Daihatsu manufacturer. In the sentence, the subject, cars, is too general, so the appositive, Toyota Avanza, cannot be removed. If omitted, the sentence becomes unclear. The second example, A foremost scientist, Niels Bohr, advocated the peaceful use of atomic energy. Same like the first example, the subject, scientist, is too general, so the appositive, Niels Bohr, cannot be removed. Now, the example of non-restrictive appositive phrase. First example, Toyota Avanza, one of the best-selling cars in Indonesia, is produced by the Daihatsu manufacturer. In the sentence, the subject, Toyota Avanza, can be understood. So the appositive, one of the best-selling cars in Indonesia, can be removed without causing the meaning of the sentence to be unclear. The second example, Niels Bohr, a foremost scientist, advocated the peaceful use of atomic energy. Same like the first example, the subject, Niels Bohr, is understandable. So the appositive, a foremost scientist, can be removed. Okay, I will explain about appositive position. The appositive is usually placed after noun it describes, but may also come before it. Now, I will give you an example of position before noun. The best-selling cars in Indonesia, Toyota Avanza, is produced by the Daihatsu manufacturer. While a position after noun, the sentence will be Toyota Avanza, the best-selling cars in Indonesia, is produced by the Daihatsu manufacturer.
Okay, I will continue to explain. The material that I will convey on this session is the change in the adjective clause to an appositive phrase. Adjective clause and appositive phrase together provide information about nouns, both important and less important. The difference is that an adjective clause is a clause that begins with a relative pronouns, while the appositive is a noun. Adjective clause can be changed to appositive, but only clauses where the verb use the verb be, and followed by subject complement in the form of a noun. This is the formula for an adjective clause and appositive phrase. The adjective clause has the following formula: relative pronoun plus verb be and noun. While appositive has the following formula: appositive is not followed by a relative pronoun and verb be. For example, changing a sentence from an adjective clause to a appositive clause, namely, adjective clause: my brother, who is an engineer, works at the water treatment plant. To a positive phrase: my brother, an engineer, works at the water treatment plant. We eliminate who as relative pronoun and is as verb be. Next, example 2. We have good shovel and pruning shears, which are essential gardening tools. To a positive phrase: we have good shovel and pruning shears, essential gardening tools. We eliminate which as relative pronoun and are as verb be. Next, example 3. Benjamin Franklin, who was one of the founding fathers of the United States, became a successful newspaper editor in Philadelphia. To a positive phrase: Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States, became a successful newspaper editor in Philadelphia. We eliminate who as relative pronoun and was as verb be. So, that must come from us the exact statements of the adjective clause. 1. Has no relative pronoun. 2. Do not have to be. And 3. Between two comma. Well, maybe that's all my explanation. Thank you.